You are what your marks are, but you need to be what the company demands, what the world demands. We're living in this globalized world where things are changing. And students need to understand it is not the education, what we got into those four walls. These days people have a perception, that's all. I have got a degree now, I will get a job. I'm sorry to tell you, the corporate world and just in general.
One thing is, practical experience is possible.
Absolutely, you're right. Very much.
Besides, now, when I was doing the commerce, I found that even you tell them to write a check, nobody, they don't know how to write a check.
Correct.
Or how to fill a slip form.
People skills. True.
In my college, itself, we have started a cooperative society.
Right.
I became the secretary and the chairman. And we were used to supply the textbooks to all the other colleges. And we started making exercise books also.
Right.
We used to
Health exercise, you mean?
We used to buy made ribbons of paper, get everything done, ruling,
True.
prepare the book,
True.
and sell them. Our cooperative society, at that time, we used to make the membership of 400.
Wow. Those days, peanut days.
And we used to give a dividend of 3 rupees to each student. Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, I wish these things could come back now.
I want to tell you, when I was there, Dr. John Mackay was the vice chancellor.
Right, John Matthias.
He was the first finance minister of our country.
Wow. I'm sure you're talking about way long back.
So when he was there, he had called me. He said, I want to start this practical lessons in all the colleges.
Correct, correct. Which is called as finishing school, which is a must. And you know what?
That is what I want to, that you see even in colleges, they don't teach all this practical.
Absolutely. Very true. I had mentioned in one of the program where I told them that if you go for a job, you have a bag hanging, you have a resume in your hand, you don't know how to knock on the door and you don't know how to enter in an office, I don't think your education has a value. Do you agree with me? I bet. I come across, I gave a lecture in one of the engineering college and these students are so much into rote learning. They have got you tell them about X, man, they will write it down, copy it down quickly. You know, the mathematics and the education, what I took those days, to be frank, I'm sorry to say, I do not even remember anything. Because they was not practical. And as you rightly said, giving them a checkbook, asking them to write a check, or even a bank slip, or ask them to go and complain about certain things, go and talk to few people. They cannot. They are very good when it comes to their own group, their buddies. Radha, Anita, Sunil, here and there, they are very good at each other. But when an unknown personality comes in front of them, that's it, they're shattered and dead. So for that matter, what can we do? Again, coming back to your examination, one area, this factor also parents should mention. Parents should tell them that this is also another area which you will win. If you are weak at X, guess what? Anita, you are good at Y, good at Z, you're good at other areas. Motivating these students that you can do it. How can you bring that attitude? Now, I'm going to take you on a mental journey. That is, let's take that actual incident where the student has to go for the examination. Students can be, children can be a bit grumpy in the morning. And I told you I was going to have this and that, their attitude and tantrums. You're listening to it. How can you work around? Because again, that's your ultimate goal in your life is your children. Your dreams and all those things are none other than your children. So you need to work around, maneuver things around, and by which ultimate part is their victory is your victory. Ultimate part, that is what we're looking into. So I feel parents need to take a step down. As I had mentioned earlier, if they are rebellious, if they tell you, I told you not to give me batata vadas or chapati or XYZ, I told you not to give me a yellow shirt, things can happen. Do not, aggravate it. settle down. I have always believed when it comes to children, do not get into an argument, work on an agreement. Do you agree with me? Because what is going to happen? Disaster. Students will say, you already started my day bad, mama. What are you going to do? When they are, when their spirit is low, what are you going to do? You cannot just achieve anything out of your mind. So how can you work these areas? We will work on it. Now, one more important aspect I want to share about why students fail. One area that is, unfortunately, these days rote learning is more and more. People tend to forget something. People know the concepts, but as there is a saying, you get the question paper in your hand, all those ideas come to your mind. Oh, I know this, I know, I have to work on all these areas. But at that particular time, when you start one thing, the other one forgets. The other concept is gone, and then you realize, oh my goodness, what should I do now? What should I have completely forgotten out of it? How can I go back to the track? So for that matter, parents should tell students that relax, good time management, good health, and nothing but concentration. I have seen students, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock is the exam, 8:55, they are reading. 9 o'clock is your exam, buddy. And that murmuring is going on. So rather than that, you tell the students, shut your books at 8:20 or 8:10 perhaps. Do a little bit of yoga, deep breathing, and that will definitely take you to places. Your concentration level automatically will go up once you just analyze, okay, I have studied this, I have done this. Yes, here and there glancing books is okay. But do not just run around and, take that book in your hand and read and go for it. At the other hand, one more thing parents can do on the examination day, which is wake up, wake your children, tell them, today is your first day, come on, I'm going to work with you. Tell me, what do you want? Make them the breakfast, the lunch, whatever is the timing, whatever they require. Again, money plays a major role. If the children tells you, I need a nice 6-course dinner, lunch in the morning, you're not going to afford that. But whatever, basic, minor and minute details. Hey, Anita, you told me you like Shira, na? Look, I made it for you. Anita, you told me you like cashews. I've added that also. You do one thing, you take shower, your clothes are ready. Come out, don't be too long. Come out, we will work together. Always be with them. This is what I do. Oh my goodness, my elder son. He thinks he is the owner of the entire world. You can't help it, but we have to work with them. We have to tell them, all right, this is what happened, this is what is like, this is what you need. Come on, I'll help you to do the next. What else do you want me to do? Find out. How are you going for the examination? Have you seen? Another important aspect I have written in my article, that is, make sure ask students to write down 2 paragraphs with the pen. Several times students take a brand new pen, they take those pens for the examination, and when they write down, their speed goes down. Their handwriting changes also. So we have to tell them that make sure you write legible things. Make sure things which person can read. These days, the paper checkers, they have what? Like 300, 500 papers they have to check a day. I'm not sure about the facts and figures. But they don't check. They don't really read. If I write an article about whatever the skeletal system, do I know, does the examiner has the time to read everything what you have mentioned? So that's what it is, the appealing handwriting. Or the essay writing. If you write some nice quotes in the beginning, something very impressive which is related to the topic, you got your marks. That is what students need to realize. Now, coming back again at home, what parents can do. As you had said, parents these days are not really bothered and worried. Look at today's incidents only. It was in the Times, no one has shown up. Anyway, but what you can do, go out with them. Find out, okay, where is your center? Okay, your center is in St. Andrews. St. Andrews, what's your number? Have you made a Xerox of your hall ticket? Do you have everything what is needed? Check their pockets. I don't know if you know. Even if you find, the police department finds, or maybe the principal or the vigilance team, if they find one piece of paper in their pocket, they can be gone. History. Because copying things can happen. So those are the areas parents can remind them, tell them, work on it. At the other hand, make sure children go out with full stomach. Do not give them anything liquid. Okay, giving them coffee or even Coke, Pepsis, which will disturb them, because you will have to run to the loo, which you don't want for 3 hours. Again, you may not have time to go to use the toilet. So I would suggest the parents have to take that caution also. Ask them that whatever else you need, have a fruit. A fruit can help you. Do not give them anything like, very heavy snacks or anything. After, if I'm not mistaken, the examination is at 11 to 2. So most of the time, if it's a 2-hour paper, they come home at 1. So work around those areas. Now, it does. Very true. One more thing I want to share with you now, which will happen soon, that is the results. Okay? Parents, after their examinations are over, parents are already telling the world, okay, my son just gave his 12th. God only knows what he has done. Why are you so negative about your child, man? Come on. And that too, you're saying it in front of others. That is so rude. I feel that. Because, you know what? You know what you're talking about. The child doesn't know what is happening to himself. The child is lost. That's where is the adult and a child plays. The 10th standard person, 15-year-old doesn't know. 15-year-old person can take it so negative and so rude. Oh my goodness, look, my own father and my parents are talking like this. What will happen to me? Oh, forget it, I'm going to go away and I'm going to kill myself. Why would you do that? So make sure before the results come also, keep a very, very healthy and happy environment at home. Talk about it. Sunil or Anil has given the paper. We are waiting. We are very eagerly waiting for his results. I'm sure he is going to do the best. Because वो कहते हैं ना कि ऐसा होगा, वैसा होगा. We talk about all those things, which things doesn't happen. Things don't happen like that. So it is better just not to talk about it. Think what is going to come in your door, take it. Accept it, end of the story. Can you change your son's mark sheet? No. Unless you belong to some big, still you can't do anything. It is all your education, your things, what you have achieved in your life. So I feel that is one area. Now, after the examination, children have a holidays. Now the final time comes is the result. The day you get the results, 90% of times I have seen parents talking about someone else's result. Talking about what they did. I told you not to go to that Anil sir's class. Why you did not go? Parents are talking to son or daughter. And the son and daughter is saying, Mama, I had told you that to pay my fees and you did not pay my fees. Again, if your pocket doesn't allow, parents have not enrolled their children into XYZ classes. Do not talk nothing negative. You have time, as you rightly said earlier. Why not from day one? Why not they, really struggle, work, slog right from the beginning? Then it really helps them to really work. At the last moment, all they do is revising and simulate. It works better. Now, unfortunate thing to mention, 2009 and 10, if I'm not mistaken, Nanded, Beed, some of these rural areas, there were like 3 or 4 suicides. Mumbai, there were 6 altogether. 9 figures we had got. 2009 and 10. Am I right? Day before yesterday, 2 suicides. Oh, yes, you're right. One girl committed a suicide in Ghatkopar area somewhere. 10th standard. Yes, she was in 10th standard student. Yes, you're right. Look, before the results could happen, this has happened. Serious tension, and I think this is where I think the education system should really come up with